Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. So let's start. Question number 1 from Total Computation chapter. Miss Charlie, an American national, so her citizenship is American, got married to Mr. Radhe of India. So Charlie is from America, Radhe is from India, but they got married in USA. So obviously Radhe was also in USA. On 2nd March 2019 and came to India for the first time on 16 March 2019. Now you just tell me, this 16 March 2019 falls in which previous year? She came to India on 16 March 2019. This falls in which previous year? Just tell me.
1890.
1890. Can you tell me how many days she stayed in India for 1819? She came to India on 16 March. So how many days?
16 days.
Tai is saying 16 days. Is it right?
Yes.
You sure?
16 March को first time on India.
So 16 days. So 1819. And obviously she was not in India before this because she did not meet Radhe. So here all the data will be 0. Okay. She left for USA as on 19 September 2019. So in current year she left India on 19 September 2019. And then she returned to India again on 27 March 2020. So can you tell me for previous year 1920, which is our previous year, how many days she stayed in India? Full April she was there, so 30 days. May 31, June 30, July 31, August 31, September. She left India. She left India on 19th. So 19th we will count. We will not count now 18. We will count 19. 19 September. And again then she was not there in India. Here ... She came back directly in the month of March again. And she came in India on 27 March. So how many days she stayed in India from 27 March onwards?
5 days.
So can you tell me total now, please? Tell me total. Total number of days she stayed in India.
177.
177. Now can you tell me residential status of Miss Charlie? What is her residential status? What is the condition number 1? Do you remember condition number 1 of residential status? What is the condition number 1 of residential status? Tell me.
Stay of 182
Stay of 182 days or more. So obviously she did not qualify that. So what is the second condition we check?
60 days
60
or more in India.
Or more in India. And obviously this 177 is more than 60 days. But what is the second part of the second condition?
Stay 365 days or more in India in the previous 4 years.
4 years. So previous 4 years previous 4 year total is 16 only. Okay, 16. So what is the status? She neither qualifying condition number 1 nor condition number 2. So what is her residential status in India? Tell me.
Non-resident.
Excellent. She is a non-resident assessee. And because she is a non-resident assessee, can you tell me her scope of total income? What will be taxable in India now? Tell me. What will be taxable in India? Scope of total income. Which income will be taxable in India now? Can we take tax from her on global income?
No.
No. India takes tax only on
Indian income.
Only on Indian income. Indian income means income accrued in India, income received in India, income deemed to be received in India, income deemed to be
accrued.
So this is the only taxable income. So fine. Part A of the question is done. So this is the part A of the question. I don't have time to teach you presentation. I have taught you presentation multiple times in that chapter. Go home, check this. Okay, I'm concerned here directly with numbers, and look at this. 177 days, yes, and preceding day 16. So she is staying for less than 180 days and less than 365 days in last previous 4 year. Therefore, non-fulfillment of any of two condition would treat her non-resident. Okay, and therefore only Indian income is taxable. Fine. Next item. While in India, she had purchased a showroom in Mumbai as on 22nd April 2019. This date is also important, which was leased out to a company for on a rent of 25,000 per month from 1st May 2019. So can you tell me what will be the GAV of the property? GAV of the property, you are having only actual rent data. So actual rent will be GAV, gross annual value. So 25,000 into how many months you will do?
11 months.
Why not 12 months? Usually gross annual value, no, it should be annual value. Annual value, 12 महीने का value.
Actual, but बाकी कुछ information नहीं है तो actual rent received ही लेंगे ना?
No, it's not like that. She was not owner as on 1st April. She was not owner on the 1st
Okay,
April.
okay.
What is the condition of charging house property income taxable in the hands of assessee? So the assessee should be owner. She became owner at the end of the month. So logically, you cannot made her to pay tax from 1st April, and therefore only 11 months rent will be taxable. Only 11 months. But that is my GAV.
Okay.
2,75,000 will be my GAV. And she had taken loan from bank for purchase of this showroom, on which bank had charged interest of 97,000. Okay, 97,000. So GAV will be equal to NAV because there is no municipal tax data. So my NAV will be 2,75,000. Now you tell me, from 2,75,000 first I should subtract what? Again, you can do 25,000 into 11. Do it with me. 25,000 into 11, 2,75,000. This is my NAV because there is no municipal tax. What should I subtract now?
Standard deduction 30%.
30%. So if you subtract that, and then 97,500, how much interest I can maximum subtract under section 24B? Come on, tell me. What is the maximum amount of interest I can subtract here? What is the maximum amount of interest I can subtract?
2 lakh.
Other guys are sleeping or what? At least if you are not able to speak up, you can reply in chat box. I can read your chats. What is the maximum amount of interest allowed in respect of this property? Tai is saying 2 lakh. I'm asking you guys. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. I want answer. I'll wait for the whole lecture. I want answer from you guys. What is the maximum amount of interest allowable against this property? Vijay, Basha bhai.
अरे मैंने सुना ही नहीं.
What is the maximum amount of interest allowed against this property? डेटा तेरे सामने है ना, रीड कर ला ना, सुना नहीं तो क्या हो गया? बोलो
30,000.
50,000,
30.
30,000. Okay, I'll take some numbers. At least give me some numbers. I'm okay with numbers.
97,500 मिलेगा सर.
अरे मैं मैक्सिमम
No limit.
मैक्सिमम आई एम आस्किंग मैक्सिमम.
LOP है ना, LOP है ना, तो फुल होगा ना.
नहीं मिलेगा.
I am asking maximum amount of interest allowable against this property.
2 lakh.
And this is where you people go wrong. And only one student was saying this. This is LOP. So on LOP there is no limit.
नहीं बोला.
चल झूठे.
On LOP there is no limit. What I'm trying to tell you, friend, here, this chapter will show you whether you are prepared for this particular course or not. So this is your test. Okay, if you are not prepared, don't do this chapter. In fact, don't visit this particular, don't start this thing. You need to start reading income tax from page number 1, okay, of your notebook or your notes. Unless and until you are prepared for earlier 12 chapters or 13 chapters, whatever we have finished till now, you are not welcome in this chapter, because this chapter will show you the level of preparation you are having for the examination. And you can't just talk about what is written in the question. You need to understand the whole chapter, okay? And if you are not able to do that, then you are doing wrong thing. And by default, your result will be -1. Only a few people with a lot of practice and revisions. Income tax requires minimum 5 to 8 revisions. I don't know which revision you people are doing as of now, but it demands 5 to 8 revision, and after that you start realizing, okay, this is like this. So don't expect that without revision you can crack the examination. You may pass, but not with 100% success, not with a proud feeling. She had received following gift from relatives and friends. बताओ, gift from parents husband, तो section 56 लगेगा यहाँ पे. सेक्शन तो पूछ ही नहीं रहा, बता नहीं पाओगे, इसलिए तो मैं ये लिख रहा हूँ. सेक्शन 56 सबसेक्शन 2 क्लॉज 10 की बात हो रही है. सो गिफ्ट फ्रॉम पेरेंट्स हस्बैंड, सो फादर इन लॉ मदर इन लॉ, टैक्सेबल और नॉट टैक्सेबल? Taxable or not taxable?
Today you are going to teach only this kind of sums only of this chapter.
I can if you want.
No, sir, because you told that is right. Because still the revision is not done now, we can't attempt this sums. That is why I was asking. According to myself, according to my preparation.
No, and the next questions, the other questions are more advanced than this. Okay, this is the very basic question. This is the question number 1. See, this is what I was trying to tell you. Interest on loan, there is no limit. So my income from property will be 95,000. This is my each, like every chapter, like here you can see the application of first chapter, scope of total income and residential status. Now we were discussing about income from house property. Now we have jumped on IFOS. Now you tell me, at least we will finish this particular chapter and then we will discuss what to do. So 56 subsection 2 clause 10 talks about gift from parents. So taxable or not taxable? You tell me first. Parents husband, parent of husband, father-in-law, mother-in-law. Are they relative according to definition? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. So they are relative, so not taxable. Okay. Married sister of husband. So husband and then married sister. So brother and sister of spouse, relative or not relative? Brother and sister of spouse.
Relative.
Sala sali. Okay. Relative. From two very close friends of her husband. So it's a friend of husband. 1,51,000 and 21,000. Friend of husband. Taxable
Not a relative.
Not relative.
Taxable. Or not
Taxable.
Taxable.
This will be taxable because this is more than 50,000. What about this 21,000? Taxable or not taxable? This 21,000 taxable or not taxable? When we take tax, do we take tax on each gift separately or in aggregate?
Aggregate.
So aggregate. Therefore, this 21 is also taxable. So whole amount will be taxable, 1,76,000. So determine her residential return, that is done. Compute her total income and tax payable. Okay, we will compute tax payable. Let's compute total income first. Till the point total income has become 95,000, and then gift from relative is not taxable, and gift exceeding 50,000 will be fully taxable. So this nil, and my IFRS income is 1,76,000. Come on. If you are capable to compute tax on very simple number 2,67,000, tell me. Compute. Give me the numbers. Come on fast. I don't have much time. Only 5 minutes are left. 6 minutes are left. Section
850.
850.
850. Sure.
4% एजुकेशन वो ऐड नहीं किया सर,
तो क्यों
वो
मतलब
करके बोले क्या?
ऐड करेंगे?
नहीं, हम लोग ही करेंगे।
तो करना तो
884.
884.
884.
2.5 to 5 lakh 5%. तो ये 67,000 मतलब 17,000 का 5%, 850 आता है ये। तो इनकम टैक्स आया, now our income tax is 850. From income tax we are going to subtract rebate under section 87A. How much is rebate? Hello.
850.
So what will be the tax liability?
Nil.
Nil.
I seriously wish my all blessings. My blessings are with you guys. You are on the war without any equipment, so most probably you will get hurt in this professional examination. Most probably. Okay. So this assessee beta is a non-resident, and therefore there is no rebate.
No rebate.
My problem is you people don't think. Okay, you people reply without thinking, and then add health and education cess at the rate of 4%. So 850 into 4%, 34. 884 is also wrong answer. Tell me why. 884 is also wrong answer.
Round off under section
288A, 288B. 880 is the right answer, and this is given here. 880. So, did I teach you anything new in this question? You reply. Did I teach you anything new in this question?
No, sir.
No. I don't have anything new to teach. Only thing is that you need to practice, and you can practice only when you revise. And the next questions are PGBP questions, a very big questions, PGBP, IFOS, capital gain, everything will merge in this question. So you tell me, should I continue with this chapter without you people behaving like dumb?
No, no sir, no sir.
Or
No,
should
sir, because
I revise and
it's
then-
it is
No,
of no
sir.
use.
So what will I do? We will re-log in after, now it is 11:45. Give me 5 minutes, 5 to 10 minute time. Give me 10 minutes time. We will re-log in around 12 o'clock, and we'll think about it. You people think about it. What have you done? And can we go ahead with like this? And we will discuss, and then we will think what new chapter, or shall we continue with this chapter, or should we continue with the new chapter? So that we will discuss at 12 o'clock. Okay. So please re-log in at 12 o'clock.
So take new chapter only, no? If this is not beneficial, if without any
पहले
revision.
पहले का ही नहीं हुआ है पूजा, तो न्यू चैप्टर लेके के भी क्या करेंगे?
अरे
पहला
हाँ,
है
बरोबर.
That we will discuss at 12 o'clock. This is like a recording session. So let this
Okay, okay.
personal session. Okay.
हाँ, ओके सर, बाय।
Okay.